And now we have something interesting which took place. We have a woman who went viral on TikTok for posting a video of the clothes that she chose to wear to a job interview. And, according to her, the interview was postponed until a later date to give her time to show up in what um, the recruiter, the company felt was more appropriate job uh, attire, interview attire. So more new human behavior as far as I'm concerned. But let's see this from Black Enterprise says TikToker goes viral after wearing shorts to the interview, almost cost her a job. A viral TikTok video has people asking if it's appropriate to wear shorts to a job interview. TikToker MTY Rashida Daly, because I don't know what the MTY part's supposed to stand for, but her name is Rashida Daly. Risha, sorry, so it's Risha Daly. Risha Daly posted a video claiming she was dress coded by a recruiter when she came in for a job interview wearing a white blouse, sweater, and black shorts. The recruiter rescheduled for another day, but asked the creator to change. I just got dress coded during an interview, and then they decided to reschedule the interview with me for tomorrow. But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, "Would you like to come back? Like, go change and then come back?" And I was like, "No." She then stood back from the camera to give viewers a good look at her interview attire, including the shorts. So here is said video of her posting about what she wore to this job interview. All right, so let me.
Yeah, I think that thing might just play in the app or on the program. Or I
Yeah,
mean,
it
the website.
does.
Yeah, because it's getting weird with me too.
All right, so
Shorts to an interview. I gotta say that's a bit of a first.
yeah, well, bit of a first, but can we be surprised these days?
No, unfortunately. Hey
So here
man.
we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So let me bring this back. All right.
I can barely hear it.
All right, so it's not a very long video. And if I can
Mhm.
get rid of this and bring this back, just so that we can see some of these reactions. All right, the article goes on to say the video has been flooded with comments, over 27,000 to be exact, from followers and critics questioning why she thought wearing shorts to a job interview would go over well. On both TikTok and X, social media users wondered what the job was for. One user asked if, okay, so her name is Tarisha. I think
Hey,
I'm
we got to.
pronouncing that.
Okay, there you go. I'm about to say we
Tarisha
had to
was
spin the
applying
wheel.
for a camp counselor position. Another user asked if the job was for a lifeguard. Some commentators accused the creator of clickbaiting because most people know that it is inappropriate to wear shorts to an interview. Other viewers were surprised she was asked for the opportunity to interview. Offering to reschedule was very generous of them. Other sympathetic viewers said the issue was more of a teachable moment than an attack. Wearing shorts in the office will always be looked at as a huge no no, and most people won't wear them even if the job allows it. A career guided article by job search engine Indeed laid out some guidelines on how to properly dress for a job interview. It starts by researching the company's dress code. Even if it's listed as casual, dressing more professional than the employer may be beneficial. It is also recommended to wear clothes that match the season and climate. And lastly, be yourself. It's okay to show some personality, but more so about wearing bold colors to show how you will conquer the role. So this
Really?
woman here, this creator, uh,
Hmm.
Tyresha, Tyresha, did it give her last name? Uh,
We're gonna call her Daily.
uh, where did it give her name at? Uh, but whatever. So
Mm.
yeah, so she posted that, and I've never heard of this before. Dress coded. That's a new one to me. But she said she was dress coded. Uh, I'm going to gather from that she feels as though she was being treated unfairly. But
Yes.
what do you make of this situation here and her posting this? The fact that she wore this to a job interview and she feels some type of way because told her to go back and reschedule.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I kind of don't blame her for thinking like this, because she seems to be a new person, a newer person, and she seems to, I think she really felt like, well, this is casual, this is, I'm not showing nothing, she says, you know, uh, you know, my chest is covered, my cheeks aren't showing. What's the big deal? Um, but the big deal here is that, and my thing is that a lot of women, and black women, were online not chastising her, but getting at her like, hey, this ain't it. You still have to be professional. And yeah, I've wore long pants to all interviews. I'm a guy, but I mean, I'm giving that for context because I've done maintenance jobs. I had to go in an interview to do maintenance. And as I'm going there to do maintenance outside, uh I still wore pants. So you know, I don't know. I don't know what this is where people just want to do whatever they want. So and so that's why I don't really necessarily want to, attack her. It's just she's a product of this mentality that we have going on right now of, well, I personally think this is okay, so I'm going to do whatever I want. And we talk about here often about being yourself and doing your own thing and walking your own path. However, uh, there are structural things in place for reasons that make sense to honor them. And for me, shorts for women and honestly men, shorts in the workplace is a little too casual. I agree. I agree with what the article said. Like, even if there's like casual and the job allows it, unless you're working outside, um, I will wear those pants. And me personally, I just don't want to be. I don't want to be. I don't want to stand out for that. So I would rather stand out for my work performance than how you know uh fashionably inclined I may be at wherever. And so again, but I just think that she called it dress coding. I got dress coded. She was real upset about it. She was real sassy with it. But all of these ways of behaving is, as I mentioned, the current set of young people 25 and below, I can say at least confidently. And she looks like she fits this mold. So I don't blame her. I think this is just a reflection of society, man. We're going to have a lot more of this. But what are your thoughts, man, on this young lady here, attempting to wear shorts to a job interview? Do you feel like society needs to come off of this and allow this because, well, she's not showing much? You feel like that she was wronged here?
She's lucky she got the
Right.
opportunity to reschedule.
Right.
Like she going out here making TikToks, acting like she's
Right.
been victimized. She's
Right.
lucky she was given the chance to come back.
Correct.
Because uh, I've been in several interview settings where if you do that,
Mhm.
um, the
You're done.
people performing the interview are going to make conclusions
Yes.
about your approach to professionalism.
Correct.
based upon your decision to dress that way.
Correct.
And they are going to determine that those conclusions are enough to disqualify you from being considered in the running for the job. So
Agreed.
she's lucky she was even given the chance to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I agree with you. She is a byproduct of her societal environment.
Mm-hmm.
In saying that, is it really her fault? Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've said this also before, and I'll say it again. We are currently in the midst of a society that is attempting to socially deconstruct everything.
Yep.
We want to deconstruct. We want to deconstruct the propriety of sex work. We want to deconstruct what parenting means. We want to deconstruct uh, gender norms and roles, and we want to deconstruct professionalism, apparently. We
Mm-hmm.
want to just completely rewrite what it means to be professional, as if there is something wrong with the previously established rules upon which we have determined what professionalism means, which
Mm-hmm.
is dress professionally. Like, it's really, it really is like it's an attempt, it's a deep-seated mental thing, right? It's a psychological ploy. We really want to rewrite the very definition of what professionalism means.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we want to recreate humanity in a new design, one which stipulates that professionalism can very well mean wearing shorts. Like, so this to me is all a part of said social deconstruction. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that professionalism was a part of this. I thought that all the other themes that we tend to talk about on this channel, I thought we had covered every aspect of social deconstruction. But I guess we could add dressing, professional dress,
Yeah.
to the laundry list of attempts made at social deconstruction. And as you intimated, people just want to be able to do whatever they want. Like, people want to be able to feel as though they can walk into a job interview wearing a nightgown
Yeah,
and be
dude.
and be perceived as just as professional as someone who walks in wearing a suit or some sort of actual professional attire.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to rewrite everything. We want to literally create new definitions for everything. This is a part of that movement towards social anarchy. So if it were me, I would have disqualified her personally. Um, I would have been like, listen, thanks, but no thanks. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate your time, but good luck on all your future endeavors. You know, all of that mumbo jumbo that they're going to tell you. Good luck on your future endeavors, and, the sky's the limit, blah, blah, blah. That's what I would have done, because that to me gives me a glimpse enough into your mindset and approach to professionalism to let me
Mm-hmm.
know whether I want to actually bring you aboard as a part of what it is that I'm trying to do here. So she's very fortunate that she got another opportunity. The only thing that I did not like is the attempt at victimhood. You got dress coded. What the hell is that? So, so now you were being mistreated because they told you to go home and put on some more professional attire?
Yeah.
Because make no mistake about it, that's what she was doing there.
Mm-hmm.
By phrasing it that way, I got dress coded. That's no different than saying this happened to me at the airport because I was profiled,
Mm-hmm.
or this happened to me at this restaurant because they were profiling me. So this happened to you because you were dress coded.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's a certain level of victimhood attached to this. That's what I don't like. But again, to bring it back to the generational angle of it, that is also something that these new humans do. To not get your way, there must be some aspect of you being victimized that has to do with this. Because Lord, God forbid that you did not get your way because you did something stupid.
Right.
The reason why you didn't get your way is because you were victimized. And in the case of her, she was dress coded. That to me, I don't like. That's ridiculous. But otherwise, yeah, I agree. She's a product of her unfortunate environment.
Yeah, man. 1000%, man. And as I said, man, yeah, dude, this new human stuff, dude. Like I've had I used to have that mindset as well as a young person, as far as why do I have to dress a certain way to be considered professional? Because as a young person, taking everything racially, I felt as though professional meant dressing a way that wasn't part of my culture. and my culture said I was hip hop. So while working at Target, you know what I'm saying? This is my first job, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in there wearing their regular shirts, tucked in. This is 2004, guys. So, you know what I'm saying? I had my 5X shirt on. You know what I'm saying? I had my 5X shirt on, not tucked in, a chain. I had a chain with my badge attached to. I'm in there walking like that. And nobody said nothing the first few days. And then other people started doing it. And then there was a problem then. So they had to, tighten up the dress code or whatever. But I was like, why can't I dress like this? I'm still wearing the red and khakis, and you know what I'm saying? I had Chucks too, but I was out there like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was YG. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm banging fruit. So yeah, man. So I'm out there like, yo, what's the big deal, man? Just because I'm not wearing, a polo that's too small or it's tucked in like I'm Carlton Banks. Like, I'm not a professional. I'm crushing it on the floor. What's the problem? So I thought that, hey man, my work should do the talking, not how I dress. That's how I really thought. But it wasn't until I had more jobs, I was in different settings, and I realized, like how you said for your job, is that there's a correlation here between how somebody presents themselves at work and their actual work performance.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody takes the time to, it's like going on a date. If this girl didn't bother to hygiene herself when she came to a date, then, you got other problems later if you get to know her. So it's the same thing. And so versus a woman that came that, she was looking the part and, doing her thing. She smelled nice. She was, carrying herself or whatever, it could be other things down the line, but at least you won't run into certain, you could project you're not going to run into certain issues later. But I can guarantee you that hygiene person, you will find something later. So it's the same thing. Like if you want to come to the job you want to come to this thing with a sassy attitude, feeling like, what's wrong with this? Now, luckily, I think she talked to the recruiter first. So I think the recruiter was like, yo, we can't do this. I'm going to reschedule you. Don't show up there looking like this. So the recruiter, who gets paid off when people get their jobs, was like, no, go shut this down. And so she did that woman a favor. And so to run to TikTok and to say, look, y'all, what's wrong with this? Man, but the internet corrected her on this. So sometimes the internet, I feel like, gets things right. And for the most part, I saw everybody handle this with good taste. Nobody really dug into her. It's kind of a thing of, hey, you gotta see, how big this world is. And that actually you showing up like this is not the play. And so, like I said, as a young person, I thought it was cool to just dress however, so long as you did your job. That's pretty much what she thinks. I'm gonna do my job. What's the problem? But it's just like, nah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be times and things where you take that casual, how you feel today, into casually sending that paperwork. And that casual sending that paperwork, you missed the deadline, we got a problem. That uptight person that's so uptight they got to stick up their ass because they pants, their slacks are so tight, that guy's going to get that thing pumped out and before the deadline. I'm hiring that person.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully, what I'm saying, she takes this lesson on the chin, man, and take the maturity up a couple notches. I was once there too myself as a young person, but I do realize there is a correlation. So you might want to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, people don't think of it that way, but there is. There's the brain waves and the patterns in the mind that connect and speak to one another. There's a conclusion that one can draw based upon one's approach to dressing this way. You ain't even been on the job 6 months. You're trying to get in the door and you dress like this. So it's like you're trying to get into the door and you dress like that. I would draw conclusions based upon your decision to dress that way, and I would correlate that I would approximate that to whether I felt as though you'd be the right fit for whatever it is that you're trying to get in the door for. So people just need to stop thinking that they can do whatever they want. Like,
Right, right.
you know, this do what, this tendency that people nowadays have of believing that the world was created in their image. People
Yes.
need to get off that. They really need to get off that. And that goes across all age spectrums. Obviously, we see it most in younger people because they're growing up in the internet world.
Hmm.
But even older people are adapting to this,
Oh yeah,
where it's like I get my way no matter what. And
totally
if I don't get my way, there's something wrong with everyone else and not me. And
agreed.
it's just a weird way of living, and people really need to get off that. So to this cheek out here, Tyresha Daly, good luck to you. Hopefully you get the picture. Don't do it again. Otherwise, I suggest you try and figure out ways to be self-employed, uh, because that'll be the only measure by which you can dress however the hell you feel like it, and still get into whatever, and still get whatever you want.
But I agree with that, and I'll just say this as a caveat to that: not if you're client facing.
Yeah,
So if you can dress like that at home behind a keyboard, but if you're client facing, you're going to lose. That's what I'm saying. Like you can go out there and do your own business dressing like that, and you'll see that the ratios would be a lot different if you wore something a lot more business oriented. People will take you a lot more seriously. You'll close more deals that way. So yeah, she'll learn one way or another.
yeah, yeah. Good luck to you, Miss Daly.
Yeah.